When people hear the word Torah, they often think law, legalism, or something being Jewish. So it tends to get dismissed before it's even given the chance to be understood. But Torah doesn't mean bondage. It doesn't even really mean law. Torah means instruction, loving instruction from the Father. I covered the breakdown of this word in a previous video on my page. And here's the thing. If you believe stealing is wrong, if you believe adultery is wrong, murder is wrong, if you believe honoring your parents matters, you are already walking in the Father's Torah. You just don't call it that. Because these commandments, for example, form the moral framework most believers live by every day. You didn't learn them from culture, you learned them from Scripture. So the issue isn't whether you're walking in Torah. The issue is why people say we're not under the law while still obeying it. We have to be careful that we understand what we mean when we say things like we're not under the law. Walking in Torah isn't about earning salvation. It's about alignment. It's about learning how to love, loving Yah the way He asked to be loved, and loving people the way He said love should look. And I want to encourage you to continue to explore what it means for the commandments to be written on your heart, as Jeremiah says, and to find comfort in challenging yourself and asking questions. If you have said yes to receiving our Messiah as your Redeemer, the door is open. Salvation is the door. But part of counting the cost, it means also saying yes to wrestling with hard things, learning to walk in obedience, and embracing the purpose of what heart circumcision is all about. Because if the Father promises to write His commandments on your heart, they will confront you. They will refine you. They will expose you. Heart circumcision is not comfortable because it cuts away what doesn't belong there. But that's a blessing. Salvation is the door. Messiah opens the door and gives us access back to the Father. But covenant is the walk beyond the threshold of the door. So if you don't know where to start, maybe start here. Because as I continue on in my podcast season, we're going to start walking through this word covenant, a deep, deep word that is not talked about much in the church today. Because if we don't understand covenant, we don't really understand the Bible. Because now more than ever, it has never been more important for us to really understand what it means to be in covenant with the Father and how our Messiah came to give us a way back to covenant relationship.